Hey guys, this is Eric Daniels, aka Eric the Killhound, and this is part 4 of the airsoft versus paintball vid. Um, I deleted the other one because that whole thing that happened at the end, if you saw it. Um, but mainly, this is this is just gonna be basically a longer version of it. If you saw the video, I talked about the Rap 4 markers. This was kind of a realistic looks and skill, just a little more detail on that. The Rap 4 markers, they got their 43 caliber markers, that they have their pistols and their rifles. I think they have a P99, a Desert Eagle. I know they got a Glock. I think they have a Beretta. Um, there's about 6 different pistols they have there. They have their rifles, their AK-47, their M16/M4, and the MP5. Now those are 43 caliber markers. Those are clip fed. You can run remote on those. I think they have the new setup where they have the ASA, just like their 68 caliber markers, where you can put the 5-ounce CO2 tank in the back of it, inside the stock, so that the tank is hidden. And those have they're 43 caliber markers. They're 43 caliber. I'm gonna definitely bring that up. It's a 43 cal. They have actual shell ejection. You load the paintball into an actual metal ring that has a stopper, and those feed into the clip. And originally, I think they were having some problems when you would put the clip inside. Last time I heard, they've solved that. Of course, that was with their first generations. I'm not sure what they're up to on the generation now. I'm pretty sure they're up to at least a G2, generation 2. Now, their 68 caliber markers do not have that shell ejection. However, they do have the clip fed options. They don't have an MP5 though. I mean, think about it. He'd be running like 10 round clips. I mean, it'd be interesting to see them make. I'm thinking about calling them up, see if they've thought about that yet. I know I'm not a very big influence to them, but it's not like they pay me or anything. I wish they did, because I test everything for them. All their markers are amazing, but and they don't pay me to say that or anything. I mean, I am 17, so I'm not exactly that big in the business. I do have my own type of business, if you've seen my other videos. But pressing on, there's 68 caliber markers. They have the AK-47 and the M16 running off of 18 round clips, and they have the 5-ounce CO2 tank in the back of stock, or you can run remote to it. That just there is a video up that Rap 4 put up. I believe it is through Rap 4 that they put up. They have actual SWAT guys shooting their markers on the actual SWAT range, and they think they're awesome. They're definitely thinking about using them for training. If you look at my subscriptions, people I'm subscribed to, they have a video up of some of the U.S. Army forces using their markers for training in Central California. So just an interesting fact there. There's SWAT, there's police, there's actual Army forces already using them for training. So right there, you got to think, okay, right there, paintball's got a realistic factor way over airsoft, because why would they be using paintball over airsoft? Okay. Personally, I think they're probably using it because of the sound, the more tactical. I mean, when you're playing paintball, yes, there are some shots that you don't necessarily feel, but we're an Army BDUs. Unless you get a really awkward shot, most of the time you're gonna feel it. An airsoft BB, I would have to say at least half of the shots I've ever been shot by, and that includes full autos, AEGs, CO2 powered sniper rifles, CO2 powered pistols from close range, in-house. I would have to say half the shots I've ever taken and most of my friends have ever taken we don't feel. Um, so right there, another thing with paintball is if you get shot, what are you gonna see? Naturally, you're gonna see blood. You might see guts, stuff like that. Now, paintball's not gonna get that drastic, but if a paintball hits you, you're gonna see something. Okay. Now, airsoft BBs, yes, like I stated before, on bare skin they can break the skin on bare skin. But most of these guys are out there wearing their actual combat gloves, all their combat gear, and then a paintball mask over like their boonie hat. So honestly, if they were playing airsoft, they'd have no idea what was going on. Like my friend Mike said on a comment to, I believe it was Death Shadow's video, an AEG, your electronic airsoft guns sound like a sneezing fucking rabbit. I believe that's what he said. And I have to agree with him there. When you're shooting an electric airsoft gun, it sounds like a sneezing fucking rabbit, okay? You're shooting an electronic paintball gun, you're still getting the CO2 pop and everything. So you're still getting the sounds. Yes, it is quieter than a mechanical or anything like that, but you're still getting the general sound. Okay? Now, in my years of playing airsoft, I play airsoft and paintball. So, in my opinion, I can talk about this because I play the full spectrum. I see a lot of airsoft players only look at the tournament side of paintball, and that is not the only side of paintball there is. Okay? In my years of playing airsoft, I've only seen a few companies that make a P90. Well, right here, that's a P90. That is a paintball marker. That is a P90, okay? Now, yes, it still does run off of a hopper, but honestly, with the way that the clip is set up on that, they could make a low, like a magazine fed. They could just open up where the hopper feeds in and have a hopper right where that clip is. Like you can see, it's clear, that little brown part right up in here. They could definitely make a drop hopper on that. It'd be about the same size as a pocket hopper, I would imagine. You know, 30, 40 rounds, maybe. Probably closer to the 30. But that gun, the real P90s only carry 50 rounds. So truthfully, you'd be pretty close to reality if you turned that magazine into an actual clip and took off the hopper. Really nice thing for paintball players with this gun. I'll just mention this. It can be configured to a left or right-handed feed. So say you're left-handed, you can get that hopper on the other side of the marker so that you're not trying to look through the hopper, okay, when you're shooting. And if you're right-handed, you can get it on the other side, you know. Now it does run off remote. Hopefully you can see that little silver fill nipple right here down the bottom, okay, and you see the pressure gauge here. Now, like if you've seen my other videos, I'm making custom products right now. That is something I'm looking at. The only real thing I still have to figure out is the trigger system. After I get that figured out, yeah, I'm pretty much down pat on it. But in my opinion, paintball, I'll say this, paintball is not quite to the standards of airsoft realistic looks yet. Okay, not quite and yet. They're not quite there yet, which means in the near future we have the GI Milsim guns coming out, GI Milsim markers coming out, the spider markers, all of that. Those are 50 cal. They have the cosmetic clips set up, the scenario ones, and since it's a smaller caliber, I think they could definitely go into making those cosmetic clips the actual clips. Right now they are hopper fed, but I think they could look into that. They do have Chris Lasoya, you know, backing them up, so it's definitely something they would think about looking into. Lasoya is going to be at as far as I know, he'll be at D-Day with LJ, and I'm not sure who else next year. So if I see him, I'm gonna talk to him about that if they don't come out with that yet. But that's just part 4 right now. Part 5 is coming up next.